Hey everyone, Aria Labs here with a blog to watch. Please subscribe to our videos on YouTube and like this video if you find it useful. This is a review of the Mr. Jones Watch's King XL. This is the XL version of the existing King, but in a lot of ways this is a different watch because it has a new movement and has upgrades all around. So this is part of Mr. Jones Watch's going up market a little bit. Not too much. This is still a relatively affordable watch, under $500, but the price from the original King is up by about $200. The original King had a different movement and smaller case. So it was I think it was about a 37 millimeter wide case. This is 45 millimeters wide, and this is their XL case, which I like a lot. So it sounds big at 45 millimeters wide, but it wears very well. It's got stubby lugs that curve down, and I've definitely worn smaller watches that felt bigger. So there we have the XL case in steel. Interesting dimensions to it. You can see there it has a very tall, I guess it could be like a bezel wall. It's not really a bezel ring, but more like a bezel wall. And the King is defined by the fact that it's got the playing card King printed on the reverse of the crystal, and there's an opening right here. He's actually kind of pointing to it, which is where his heart, and that's where you read the hours. And over here, there's a disc that has playing cards on there, and there's 6 different, I'll call them indicators, each one for each of the 10-minute segments of an hour. So you can read this within a precision of a few minutes. I think it looks really cool. Again, it is not the most legible watch in the world, but this is definitely an art watch. One of the things I find interesting about this artwork, I'm just going to move the time here. You can see how it goes. It's a jumping hour, which jumps instantly. So the way you'd read the time here is that's a 2 playing card plus ace, and ace is read as 10, so that'd be 20. And then this would be 30, which is 3 10s, that's clever. 40, 50, and then back to 0. So that's how you read the time, and I think that's actually really fun and really cool. Again, it would be great if these windows were a little bit bigger, and you can see how deep the window is. So if you look at it from this angle, you won't necessarily be able to read the time. You'd have to look at it straight on. The movement in here is a base Japanese Miyota 9015 automatic. So that is a relatively modern 4 Hz 2-day power reserve automatic movement with a module on it that allows for this jumping hour system in the disc. The previous version of the King had a Chinese movement, and that was really one of the major reasons that the watch cost so much less. And there's nothing wrong with that per se, even though it was definitely a mechanical movement, but it wasn't nearly as reliable, accurate, or as well performing as something like the Miyota 9015. So I think it's really great that they were able to take these more modern, better performance movements and include them in a watch like this. And the reason I like that is because it says, hey watch lover, now we have both a design and a set of technical specs that you'll like. I think part of the problems with Mr. Jones watches in the past was that even though the designs are really cool, they just weren't as high-end enough feeling in your hand as what a lot of watch lovers were expecting. And with the new XL series and these upgraded movements and things like that, I think the brand has elevated itself to a completely different type of appeal. It's still an affordable watch. It's obviously more expensive, so it's difficult to determine the precise demographic, but again, you wear this when you want something fun. What's brilliant about this type of artwork is Mr. Jones watches didn't need to license it from anyone. This artwork, as far as I understand, is basically in the public domain. So they're able to take something that everyone knows and put it on the wrist in a really fun and satisfying way. And that's really what I like so much about the Mr. Jones watches brand. Price for the Mr. Jones watches King XL is $489, and you can see the full review on a blog to watch. Thanks.